Welcome back to another episode. Today we are talking about Cleopatra, one of my favorite women in history. So Cleopatra was known to be very sensual, very charismatic. Cleopatra for me is the embodiment of the dark feminine energy. Cleopatra was a ruler, she was a queen, and she was known, of course, for her physical beauty, but also for her intelligence. She used to speak many different languages, and she's also known for her political manipulation and strategy. So Cleopatra is known to have different alliances with different kings, different men. She had a kid with Caesar, with one of these men that we know of. But all these different relationships were very strategic, and it really shows her understanding of power dynamics and influences. And she did that to make sure that Egypt would stay independent from Rome. And so the modern version of Cleopatra for me would be a woman who obviously is very sensual, very beautiful, very smart, and she understands the power of alliances with men. It would be a woman with multiple providers and sugar daddies. And of course, I'm using these words because those are like the modern words for that, but that's what I've been saying on my podcast for the longest time. Sugar daddies are the equivalent of kings, of alpha males, the original template. Because when you think about the divine masculine energy, it's the energy of the material and physical builder, which means that the role of the masculine energy is to provide the resources for the kingdom. And Cleopatra understood that, and there are many different ways to apply these in our modern world. And so of course, this is something that I repeat all the time, but as a woman, to have 5 to 7 providers is the ultimate power move. It really is. And as a woman, when you embrace your sexual power, but in a way that is, I would say, done with boundaries. A lot of times people think, oh, when you embody the dark feminine energy and sexual energy, you have to sleep around with everybody, which is not the case. It's actually the opposite. Women that are powerful are not intimate with their 5 to 7 providers. They're not. They actually keep themselves intimately for their husband, for one man, because that's what keeps the men chasing when they're not able to access her golden womb, because that's what Cleopatra had. She had the golden mouth and the golden womb, and a lot of women also have this energy and they don't even know it. Men who understand that women who have golden wombs are able to multiply their empire, their businesses, are going to cherish these women. They're going to spoil them endlessly. But the woman needs to know that she has a golden womb, and she doesn't have to say it. That's what, that's what the feminine energy is all about. It's about quiet power. As long as she knows, that's it. And she obviously moves accordingly. She has boundaries. But yeah, the Cleopatra, in my mind, like in the modern version of her, I just see her as a woman who's kept, like a housewife who's kept, but she also owns, multiple properties. She has a big portfolio. but she's very strategic. She doesn't boast about it. She doesn't talk about how much money she has and look at the car I have and look at this and look at that. Like, no, that's not moving strategically. You know? So it's a woman who has many different options. She owns real estate. She does live in luxury. But she's very emotionally intelligent, and you cannot manipulate a woman who's emotionally intelligent. You cannot, because it's usually the broke, dusty bums who try to pull out some like emotional manipulation and tactics. But when you're dealing with a woman such as Cleopatra, or this type of energy, right, the dark feminine energy, you cannot manipulate a woman. You might think you are, because she's very good at playing dumb. She's very good at giving you the illusion that you're on the pedestal, but you're not. You're, as a man, you don't, you know. And kings cannot resist this type of energy. They can't. Providers, sugar daddies, however you want to call them, there's like so many different words and expressions. These men cannot resist the dark feminine Cleopatra energy. And this is the same energy that Marilyn Monroe was using, Anna Nicole Smith, a lot of the sex symbols. That's what they've been using. And for some reason, they all ended up ending their lives, but I don't know. Let's not go there. I guess they're all women that prefer death over being submissive, over being ruled over, which is also very dark feminine energy, you know, like Lilith. Lilith refused to bow to Adam, right? Because she saw herself as an equal. And so I'm pretty sure if Lilith was forced to bow to Adam, she would choose death. You know, that's how assertive she is, right? So let me know your thoughts. And yeah, that's it for today's episode. And I'll see you in the next one.